It's TheGearTester here, and in this video I'm going to be highlighting my appreciation of the ESEE Gibson Carving Axe. I'll also be sharing with you some little tricks and tips that I use to carve spoons. First, you're going to want to start out with a piece of green wood. I can't emphasize how important that is. It doesn't have to be like cut down yesterday, but it does need to still have moisture in the wood. You can see here I'm using the Gibson Carving Axe to start making my blank for the spoon, and I'm using what's called stop cuts here, where I smack little horizontal cuts, okay, into the wood, and then that allows, as I chop down, it allows me to minimize the amount of wood I cut off. If you just start trying to lop the maximum amount of wood off, the natural grain of the wood will peel off more wood than you intend. If you're going to be carving spoons, you're going to need a good spoon carving hook knife. And the little one that I've chosen to use here today is the Mora 164. You can carve spoons by blowing little hot coals into them and trying to kind of work on them with a straight blade, but to do it right, you're going to need a good hook knife that's going to enable you to get in and start making that little bowl shape out of the spoon. You're going to want to be careful here. Remove the minimum amount of material, not the maximum amount of material. Patience is going to be a virtue here. You can see here I've already removed more wood from my blank, and it's starting to take on the shape of a spoon. This is where I felt that the Gibson Carving Axe really started to shine here. It has a very precise tip, and the edge, the bottom edge of the axe head allowed me to get in and do very fine work as I started removing material from the bottom of the spoon, okay? You're going to need to use a knife from time to time to carve and to do some of the more detailed work. The knife that I was using there is the Gibson JG3, also a product of ESEE Knives. So I'm using both a hatchet and a knife. We're both designed by the same individual, Gibson, and produced by ESEE Knives. Again, doing these fine little cuts around the back of the spoon, the bottom and back of the spoon, is very easy with this little hatchet. You're able to choke up on it. I was worried when I initially started using and when I first purchased the Gibson Carving Axe that the fact that the handle didn't run all the way up the length of the axe, that the portion that is just kind of what I would call like the blank there would be painful to my hands. The edges are rounded really well, and because it is a 1/4 inch thick, I've never found that holding that metal portion of the handle was anything but comfortable. Again, you can see here I'm doing some of the finish work with my JG3. I really like that knife. I like how thin it is. I like the design of the handle, and it's both aesthetically pleasing, very much like the Gibson Carving Axe, as well as being extremely, extremely functional. You'll find that using a little saw will help and will aid you in the process of disconnecting your spoon from the rest of the wood that's been connected to. There comes a point when you're carving a spoon where you need to start asking yourself, is this project finished? And it's easy to just keep, at least for me, to keep whittling away and cutting away and end up with a completely unusable thing, because I think just one more cut, just one more little chop will make it better. And so there's going to come a time where you're going to just need to say, hey, this is an excellent, functional, usable spoon. I just want to say here that I've really appreciated the last 10 months of using the Gibson Carving Axe. It's well worth my money. I've carried it on a number of different trips. I've taken it card camping. I've used it for hunting. Okay, and it's just been an excellent, excellent companion in the woods, on the road. If you like this video, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel for more quality video reviews on the topics of shooting, camping, and survival gear. Take the opportunity to go out and carve a spoon sometime this next month.